Hi guys, this is Kicker22004 and I figured I better make my Rocketchat video before I completely forget how to do it. It's not something I use daily and I really threw it together because some of you guys asked about it, so I'm positive that I will forget what I did to put it together. So before I do that, let's go ahead and make this video real quick, and that way I will remember down the road and anyone else who watches this will know how to do it. And thank you to Wargames and Anthony for jumping on and testing out the Rocketchat. Hopefully it worked well. Thanks for leaving comments. Some odd ones, but I'd expect nothing less. But anyway, guys, let's jump into this. Now, there are a few things to make this really easy for the Pi and the Pi users. And it did work on my Odroid as well, and that is this post that I found here. This is from Andy Filong. I'm terrible with names, but I'm going to mess it up. Anyway, you can compile the Mongodb 3.07 if you choose. However, it takes quite a long period of time, and he already has a pre-compiled 3.09 for you guys to use. So we're going to follow this step by step and get you the files you need to make this as fast as possible. Alright, so what we'll do first, we'll just follow this step by step, is we'll just go ahead and grab that link and we'll use wget. Right click and paste your link in. If you're using Linux, same thing, it's the same scenario. I'm just on Windows because I'm getting ready to play some Overwatch. That's kind of what I do at night half the time. We'll grab all these files really fast. Depending on your internet speed, it might take a second. Mine's not going all the greatest tonight, but hopefully we'll get this done in a decent amount of time. And we'll extract those, and you'll end up with your 4 files here. Now, he did include the tools, so if you wanted the tools, and down below he also included a SSL built for tools. That's, if you guys want to play with those, that's fine. I don't know enough about Rocketchat to know what the differences are, other than I obviously know SSLs for more security, so we'll go from there. Now, alright, so we should have a file here. There we are. And let's go ahead and extract it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video because this does take quite a bit of time. I think it's like 400 megs. Yeah, 409 megs. So we'll come back to that when it's done. Okay, now that that's done. Now, I didn't choose to install the tools. You can if you want. I found that it wasn't needed for what I was after. But if you understand more, or if I'm messing something up, please feel free to leave that down below. But for this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and skip right through. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we don't already have a user. So we'll go ahead and check that real quick. I already do because I've set this up already. So if you have nothing here, then you'll need to go ahead and create the next step, which would be this. It'll throw a fit because I've already got the user, but it is what it is. You can run it either way just to check. So now those files are just here. I didn't put them in a directory because of the way I extracted them. You guys can do that if you want. I have them here because I'm planning on moving them anyway. So we'll go ahead and we'll follow this step-by-step tutorial, guys. It's really not that hard. Just want to put this together for you guys and anybody who might be watching this that is curious. Oop. Oh, that one's going to take a second. Sorry, forgot. It might throw a fit when I'm done with that one. Kind of in a hurry, trying to make this as quick as possible and get back to some other things here. That should not have froze on that one. Let's go ahead and make sure really quick. Everything should be there, and if it is, we can go like this. That is, oh, if I can type today. My Raspberry Pi is going quite slow right now for some reason. Might be getting a little warm or something. Nope. Alright, there we go, 3.09. So if you've ever tried to set up Rocketchat before, you would have noticed that this didn't work out very well because you had too old of a Mongo database. So that will take care of that problem. Now we do have to go through and finish a few more things. We'll go ahead and set these up really quick. Follow each step one by one. And I do a few things differently, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. When we get to these, where we're going to start creating our config files, I don't use VI. I started with Nano, and it's very hard to change a habit, I guess you'd say. So I still do Nano, but some people might not like that. You can use whatever editor you're familiar with or comfortable with. So I'm just showing what I use, which is this. So we'll copy all this here. Make sure you don't go too far. You don't want any of this stuff. And save it with the Control X, Control, and then Y. We'll go ahead and move on here to here. And we'll do the same thing here. So just to make this easier. And there we go. Same thing, we're going to insert all of this stuff in here. Watch your hyphen, that's your break. Control X, Y, yes, so on and so forth. Now we're going to try to start it for the first time. If all goes well, it's because I had it in before. You probably won't have this message. And it's only because I've already had it in my system. So what I always like to do is I like to check status anyway, just to make sure that it's active. I did have a lot of problems before when I was compiling it where it didn't want to start and load, so I'm just kind of finicky about that. And you can check status here, they're talking about it. And then you want to make sure you stop it. Have to have it stopped. Now, I will tell you this, that if you set this up and you do follow these instructions, there's one thing that's not talked about in this list that would cause this to fail. And that was that it was looking for a database under /data. Oh, yeah, my Pi is acting really slow when I go to load that. And database. It was looking for this. Now, it looks like I already still have my database here. So what you'll need to do, actually, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and remove it. I am just doing terrible with my commands today, guys. Sorry. And what I had to do is I actually had to create that folder for the first time before starting the server, or else it wouldn't start. So actually, before you get to that step where we started it, you need to make this folder. And maybe I'll make a annotation there. And then that's that, pretty much. So we'll go back and we'll start it again really fast here. And we'll check status just to make sure it did run. We are good. Now we'll go ahead and stop it. And that's that. You're done with that. So that's about as easy as you can get. So we're going to CD back to home. And I'm going to show you another thing that I found that made installing Rocketchat so much faster and easier for you guys. You can do it manually by following the instructions, or you can go grab this little GitHub, actually, for dplatform, which is for Docker. But the developers put in scripts to build your Rocketchat right there. So this is fantastic. It makes life so much easier, so much faster. Might as well take advantage of it to make this easier for yourself. And give props out to the developers on this. I'm glad that they built this, made my life easier for doing this. And I've already downloaded it just to make it a little faster. You will have it. And now you get clone and then paste it if you're not sure how to do this. You can do it easily here. My page is a little too narrow for you to see. You can either copy it or copy that. And the way you'd get it is you'd go git clone, paste that in, and then just hit enter. And you'd end up where I am right now. You'd end up with a file or a folder named this. You'll cd into it, so on and so forth. So it is going to need sudo dp, and you might have to give privileges to that command with the chmod, SpaceX. Anyway, we'll go install. We'll install Rocketchat, and we'll say yes. Select your port carefully here. It is the port that you will be using, so 3004. We are going to be using a local database. No, we're not going to use the external one. And that's that. It will install your node that you need as well, so you're not going to have to worry about installing node, getting that all set up. It's pretty much as easy as it gets right here with just installing this little tool to have it take care of all the extra oddball things. And he's got quite a few programs that are actually in this that make life really easy. I've used Mumble a lot, OpenVPN. I mean, there's a ton of good tools. So, yeah, take a look through that. Anyway, it's going to download everything here, and it's going to run through. And when it's done, we should be able to start our Rocketchat server. So it doesn't take too long. I will say this. The little CPU board that I made to show the CPU usage and things like that, it comes in handy for the Raspberry Pi with the this here, because I set a couple lights up to watch the database server to make sure it was live, and the actual Rocketchat server to see if it was coming up and staying up. And I did find that when you restart the computer, if the database doesn't load right away, Rocketchat won't work. So my LEDs wouldn't be on for the database, and then the Rocketchat server would try to come on, and then would go off, and then would try to come on, and then go off. So it told me that, hey, we're having issues, with the database. So it was really handy to see what's actually happening without kind of poking at it and figuring it out while you're going along here. What we can do, while we're at it here, is go ahead and pop in incognito real quick, and try to remember the address here. I think it is, yep, there it is. Okay, so we're going to be going to this address here when we're done, which is your Raspberry Pi's address. And mine, I know mine already. You should know yours if you're using SSH to get into it. And then your port number. Don't forget your 2 dots here, or else you won't get your port number, obviously. All right, and through the power of editing, you guys didn't have to wait the additional 10 minutes for that to finish. It does take quite some time, so just let it sit, go grab a drink, or play Minecraft, which is what I was doing. So you'll be greeted with this when you're all done, and that's what I was saying before. Now, it says you're going to go to here, but that really, I don't believe will lead us anywhere. But we'll just, why not? Let's give it a go. And survey says no. So let's refresh our address, and we got nothing as well. Now, it's a bit discouraging. This is kind of what threw me for loops when I first was setting up Rocketchat. I didn't realize that it takes some time to load. And what's happening right now is my CPU board is lighting up, and it's telling me that it keeps turning on and turning off, just like I was talking about earlier, which says that the guide we followed for setting up the Mambo database is great, but we stopped it at the end. And unfortunately, Rocketchat needs that. So if for some reason it's not loading up, you can always, I don't know why I was typing that. You can always, oh my God. I can't type today. I am sorry, guys. What? That's what I'm looking for. Check your Rocketchat status. And it will usually give you an idea of something going wrong. Now, make sure you have your Mongo database started. If you don't have it started, Rocketchat will keep trying to start up and keep failing. Now you can see that it is working. I wanted to show you guys this so you know, hey, something's wrong, and this is how you look to see what's going wrong. So, if you made it this far in the video, and I hope you're watching it, you'll know that you should start your Mongo database first, and then start your Rocketchat. I didn't want to show that during the steps earlier because I wanted us to get to this failure, because this happens quite a bit with Rocketchat. When I found when the Pi would shut off and then turn back on, this would happen. So now my LED's lit up over here. I know that it's loading. I know that we're in the process. And you can see more status if you refresh that command, and you can see that we're actually getting somewhere with it. And same idea here. You'll get some extra information here as well. So this is where it should be when it's all the way loaded up. So don't get impatient. Don't think, hey, it's not working. The way to check is with, I use htop. You can use top as well. Look for node main.js, and you can see it's doing something. Give it time, and there we go. So don't get discouraged. Don't get impatient. The Pi is not that fast of a machine. It will get there. So it's very important now, if you know Rocketchat, that the first account you make is going to be the admin. So for the sake of argument, we're going to say admin. I'm going to say 123 for kicks. And we're oh, sorry, actually I have to register that one. Admin 123, and oh, yeah, sure, why not? No.com. Email 123 register. And that's pretty much that, guys. I mean, that's Rocketchat in a nutshell. Anything from here on out is well documented online. You can find it, research it. And if you guys hear that ding, that is super loud on my side too. Sorry. But you can go from there. So that is Rocketchat running on their Raspberry Pi with a native database. And there are stats to say. It is interesting that it sees it as an x64, even though it is not. But whatever. And like I was saying earlier, let's see our temps. 57, and that will slowly climb to 70. So if you are going to run Rocketchat, be sure to watch your temps. Be sure you're not going to overheat your board. And I hope you enjoy this, guys. I hope I was able to answer any questions. If there's something I missed, be sure to let me know, and maybe we can get it straightened up. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier than that. I will put a link down below for both of the websites that we used, which are these two right here. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for everyone who watched. I hope you stuck around till the end to see what's going on and fix any problems that might arise, which there will be a few. And as always, thank you for watching.